Today we're going to talk about the distributive property and how that comes into play when we solve equations. So the actual definition of the distributive property looks kind of confusing. If we have three numbers, or they could actually be variables, set up like this, where we have something right next to a set of parentheses. Since the A is right next to the parenthesis, that means it's being multiplied. And what we want to try and do is get rid of our parentheses. Just like here, there aren't any parentheses anymore. The way we do that is we're going to distribute out the A. So we're going to have the A go hang out with the B, and we're going to have the A go hang out with the C. And when I say go hang out with, I mean by multiplication. So here's an example to look at. So I have 4 on the outside of the parentheses and S plus 2 on the inside. So the 4 needs to be distributed and go hang out with the S and with the 2. And again, when I say hang out, I mean with multiplication. So 4 times S. Well, I don't know what S is, so I can't really multiply those two things together, so it just becomes 4S. 4 times 2, well, I can do that multiplication. That's just a positive 8. And so that becomes my final answer, 4S plus 8. And notice the parentheses are all gone. So let's do a few examples. The 3 is on the outside of the parentheses, so I'm going to distribute it out to the two things inside the parentheses. So 3 times x just gets me 3x. 3 goes and multiplies with the 5, and that becomes 15. It's a positive 15. And there we're done. The 8 needs to go hang out with 3 different things. So the 8 hangs out with the F, and it's being multiplied. Since I don't know what F is, I can't do anything more than just say 8F. The 8 needs to hang out with the 6. They're multiplied together, so that gets me a positive 48. The 8 needs to go hang out with the R, and so that just gets me 8R. The 2 is going to hang out with this 3x, and then it's going to hang out with a negative 10. So 2 hangs out with the 3x. Well, I can multiply the two numbers together, the 2 and the 3, and get the 6. And again, since I don't know what x is, I can't really multiply it with the 6, so it's just going to stay 6x. The 2 needs to be multiplied by negative 10, and 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. So there's my final answer. And 2x needs to multiply by x. Well, the 2 is going to stay there. And an x times x becomes x squared, which we learned about our exponents a few units ago. So x times x becomes x squared. The 2x also needs to go hang out with the 5. So we have 2 times 5, which gets us a positive 10. And then it's also being multiplied by the x. So we're just going to stick that on the end. All right, now we have some fractions and decimals that we can distribute. So 0.5 times 8, well, a half of 8 is just 4. And a half of 6x would be, what's half of 6? 3, with the x stuck on there. 1/3 times 3x, well, what's a third of 3? That's just 1x. And a third times 3 is a positive 1. If we wanted to clean any of that up, we do not need a 1 there. We could just call it x plus 1. All right, time to stop. Complete checkup number 4, solving equations, before continuing. Thank you.